Subramaniam Swamy of the BJP, Suresh Keswani of the Congress, Gaurav Bhatia of the SP. My first question, मेरा पहला सवाल is to Prakash Singh, national spokesperson of the VHP. Prakash Sharma, national spokesperson of the VHP. शर्मा जी, ये आप मुलायम सिंह यादव को हेल्प करने की क्यों कोशिश कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि ये सब जो आप कर रहे हैं इससे कम्युनल पोलराइजेशन बढ़ेगी और इससे मुलायम सिंह यादव को काफ़ी फ़ायदा होगा. क्या आप हमें कह सकते हैं कि क्या मुलायम सिंह यादव या अखिलेश ने आपको ऐसा कोई रिक्वेस्ट किया उनको हेल्प करने के लिए?
देखिए, मुझे लगता है कि आपके आकलन में कुछ कमी है. यह सारे के सारे कार्यक्रम फरवरी में महाकुंभ के अवसर पर घोषित हो गए थे और अभी भी जब 17 अगस्त को लखनऊ में मुलायम सिंह जी यादव से संत मिलने गए थे तब भी सारे कार्यक्रम लिखित रूप से दे दिए गए थे.
यानी कि आपकी और मुलायम सिंह यादव की बातचीत हो गई इस पर, आपकी और विश्व हिंदू परिषद और मुलायम सिंह यादव के ने जो प्लान बनाया एक साथ बनाया.
अभियान चला रहे हैं, राष्ट्रपति जी से मिले, देश के सारे सांसदों से मिलने का प्रयत्न किया और उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार से भी मिले कि हमारा क्या लोकतंत्र में हमको अपनी बात रखने का भी अधिकार नहीं है.
ये भी सुना जा रहा है
काहे का लोकतंत्र है.
नहीं, एक मिनट, आप ये सुना जा रहा है कि विश्व हिंदू परिषद और नरेंद्र मोदी के बीच में गड़बड़ है और इसलिए हर बार जब नरेंद्र मोदी कुछ करना चाहते हैं उसके एक दिन पहले विश्व हिंदू परिषद को करना चाहती है. तो 19 तारीख को नरेंद्र मोदी कानपुर जाने, इसलिए आप 18 तारीख को प्रवीण टोगड़िया आपके वीएचपी के जो लीडर्स हैं जिनकी बनती नहीं है नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ, जिनकी बनती नहीं है नरेंद्र मोदी के साथ, वो कंपटीशन है आप दोनों में.
जून में तय हो गया था,
कंपटीशन है आप दोनों में.
आपको याद हो कृपया.
क्या आप राजनीतिक आर यू रिलीजियस ग्रुप, आर यू पॉलिटिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? आप राजनीतिक, आप राजनेता है कि क्या है?
आपके पन्ने पलट कर देख लें अर्नब जी. जून में 12 जून को संतों की बैठक में 18 अक्टूबर के कार्यक्रम की घोषणा हो गई थी. तब तक भाजपा की रैलियों की तो कोई चर्चा ही नहीं थी, न तो प्रधानमंत्री के उम्मीदवार की जो इंटरनल हुई थी. हर चीज को राजनीति के साथ जोड़कर देखना यह कहां तक उचित है?
अच्छा, और मुझे तो
हमारा कार्यक्रम है राम मंदिर निर्माण के लिए हम कोई कार्यक्रम करना.
बिल्कुल, मैं कहा, मैंने तो सिर्फ सवाल किया. आप अगर आज मेरे प्रोग्राम पे आज ये कहे,
एक के बाद एक आप अगर जोड़ते चले गए, आप अगर कोई संदर्भ नहीं था,
आप अगर अभी ये कहे हमारे प्रोग्राम पे कि अर्नब मुझे तो पता भी नहीं कि 2014 में चुनाव होने वाले, तो वो बात भी मान लेंगे हम.
नहीं, मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा. आप निश्चिंत रहे, मैं ऐसी कोई बात नहीं कहूंगा.
गौरव भाटिया
की घोषणा फरवरी के माह में हुई.
गौरव भाटिया
फरवरी माह में हुई. उसके बाद जून की बैठक में सारे के सारे कार्यक्रमों की घोषणा हुई.
गौरव भाटिया, the whole thing has been admitted right now. The VHP has admitted on the program this all being worked out in consultation with Mulayam Singh Yadav. Now you do not have to do that, you see. No, you do not have to do that.
नहीं है.
Prakash Sharma ji, you do not have to do that.
Let me say this.
Because 1 minute, because 10 years back, 10 years back you did the same thing. 10 years back, the VHP and the Samajwadi Party played the same game. And now 10 years later you are doing the same thing.
पार्टी से इस अभियान का कोई लेना देना नहीं है.
I think it is not about playing any game, and it is high time that you also stop attributing motives to everything. VHP and BJP can come up with these proposals of parikrama yatras and rallies where they try to fan the communal sentiment, but the state government is committed towards the people of the state to ensure that law and order prevails, and we would be taking stern action against them, and that is why permission was refused earlier for the 84 course parikrama yatra, and this time again permission has been refused, and we will not allow them to fan these communal feelings. In fact, Arnab, it is time that your channel and yourself also stop using terms like match fixing and you attributing motives to us.
Well, I don't.
The only priority that we have right now is to ensure that we don't
have to take
these yatras. We maintain law and order in the state.
Yeah, but
and we don't lose any more lives in the state of UP. And one more thing, Arnab. Polarization or no polarization, the government is for everybody. Even
Gaurav Bhatia, please,
who didn't vote for a party, we are responsible for those voters.
Please, and let me tell you this.
We will ensure
Gaurav Bhatia,
no yatras are permitted.
Gaurav Bhatia, I may look like one, but I am not a spring chicken. And I may also assure you, I know what happened in September 2003. That was on a lighter note, please. That was on a lighter note.
Spring chicken, and I'm not saying that you won.
That was on a lighter note.
What I really expect from you and your channel is that if VHP and BJP, they do something wrong and they are trying to fan these communal feelings, then at least, criticize them, condemn them.
I am telling you,
like
I am
hand in glove and all. It is not responsible journalism. If you have any proof, if you have any basis to say, Arnab, I am willing to take your questions, but don't make baseless allegations on the party and the government. I don't think that is responsible.
You know, Gaurav, 1 minute. Now 1 minute. Now 1 minute. I said something and I stand by it. And I'm telling you that I consider what happened in 2003, the situation was similar. In 2003, the VHP threatened a 1992-like build-up to its Sankalp Yatra. Subramaniam Swamy knows I'm correct. The Samajwadi Party subsequently said we will crack down on it.
What month?
The BJP president was Venkaiah Naidu. Venkaiah Naidu.
Can you tell me the month, Arnab?
The month was September, October 2003. Exactly 10 years back to the day.
Right.
What more do you want to know?
Yes.
What do you doubt what I'm telling you? You doubt what I'm telling you?
Look at what the government...
I am... 1 second.
Yes,
What you are
saying is
Gaurav,
actually not correct.
Do you realize...
Party,
do you realize that your game is up?
Yes.
Do you realize your game is up?
Arnab, please.
Do you realize you're playing an old game all over again, and that we the people of India, everyone have seen through it?
Government.
You play this game before every election, and you expect us not to ask you the questions? Did you do this? Did you do this 10 years back?
We are duty bound to.
Did you play this game 10 years back? Did both of you play this game 10 years back?
The biggest proof.
Did you play the game 10 years back?
As I said earlier, there is no game. And VHP and BJP should be condemned for their conduct and for fueling communal tension in the state.
Now my question is to Subramaniam Swamy.
We acted
Subramaniam Swamy.
iron hand on
Subramaniam Swamy.
the Parikrama Yatra, and now again we
Subramaniam Swamy.
So we will be taking all tough measures against these people.
Subramaniam Swamy.
They will not be spared, I assure you, Arnab.
Subramaniam Swamy. You know...
Yes.
Are you the B team of the VHP? As in the BJP, is it the B team of the VHP as far as communal polarization is concerned? Why can't you have your own independent point of view and say to the VHP that we know you want to do whatever you want to do, you want to compete, you want to create trouble for Modi, you want to set the agenda in UP, etc., etc. But the fact is, we have a responsibility in terms of keeping law and order, which is critical. Dr. Swamy.
Well, we are popularly known as the Sangh Parivar, and therefore Parivar, there will always be consultations. Why should we have differences? We
consultations on what?
This issue is concerned is dear to all Hindus. It's not only to Sangh Parivar Hindus, almost everybody, and it was a commitment made by Congress party to the Supreme Court in 1994.
How
the day it is established that there was a mandir
for all Hindus. What authority has he got to speak for all Hindus?
You stand in the middle of the road and say the Congress party did it in Ram Setu.
No, I am a Hindu and I don't
in Ram
subscribe
Setu,
to his
the Congress.
Because I have respect for the Supreme Court
if you
of
want
India.
to hear your
There's
own
a matter
voice, I can
pending.
hear. I can keep quiet. I am saying that in the Ram Setu, the Congress made the mistake.
That you say all Hindus.
Now again he's back. Can he not stop talking? You don't know how to stop talking, is it?
1 second, Mr. Bhatia, I'll allow him. Allow Dr. Swamy to complete because Mr. Keswani has not come yet.
I did not interrupt.
No, he let you speak.
You have no substance, so you go on shouting.
He let you speak.
Listen to it. Listen to what I'm saying.
Continue. Yes.
So, what I'm saying is that this Ram temple issue is dear to all Hindus. The Congress party in the so is the Ram temple and the Ram Setu, anything connected with Ram. The Congress party made the mistake of saying Ram was mythical and we will demolish the Ram Setu. There was an uproar in the country. They came to court and apologized. It was an abject apology. I've got it in writing. Let the Samajwadi party say they don't believe in Ram.
So, but the matter is sub judice. No. Do you believe in the court?
Please.
No, I'll ask.
1 minute.
No. Please listen.
Gaurav Bhatia, 1 minute.
Listen.
Gaurav Bhatia, I'm asking the questions. Do you believe in the court, Dr. Swamy?
It is not sub judice. It is not sub judice. Paragraph 105 of the Constitutional Judgment 1994 says that the day it is established that there was a temple below that day the government will hand over
what are you saying?
the land to the Hindus. There is a commitment.
Sir,
you have not read the judgment of the
Sir, on the
Farooqi versus the
1
Union
minute,
of India.
1 minute. Subramaniam Swamy, 1 minute. Subramaniam Swamy, 1
The
minute.
matter is still sub judice.
Gaurav Bhatia,
If there is-
Subramaniam
if there
Swamy,
is difference
you
of
are now in the
He doesn't know
BJP.
the meaning of sub judice.
Well, I know the meaning of sub judice is simple enough, Dr.
I know the
Subramaniam.
meaning very well, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy. I have high regard
I
for
will tell you
are a
what
eminent
it is.
lawyer,
Okay,
but
now
I
you-
know my law as well. So I know my law as well. The
You
matter
don't
can
know the
always be
law.
referred to a larger bench.
Sub
If you
judice
say
only applies
there-
in England.
Please, Mr. Subramaniam
Sub
Swamy,
judice applies
it
only
has-
in England.
The matter
It
is
only
still sub
applies
judice.
in America,
The verdict of the
where there is
Allahabad
a
High Court
jury
is pending
system.
before the
There is
Supreme
no
Court as of
jury
now.
system in India. There is no sub judice. You are an
Not the
ignorant
jury
man.
system.
You must have read English
there
books
is
only.
a system in the Supreme Court of India that if it can still be
It is
referred
not
to
a
larger
jury
bench, but
system, please.
impugn
Don't make a laughing stock of the Samajwadi
judgment of
Party.
the Allahabad High Court is pending before the Supreme Court of India. As of now,
That
as
is on
we
a
speak
different
and
issue.
debate.
That
One
is not on the
And
issue
Mr.
of Ram
Subramaniam
Temple.
Swamy,
You know,
when
I
you
find
say
this very, I find this incredibly interesting. 1 minute. I find this incredibly interesting. Just a minute, please. Mr. Keswani is going to come in next, but I find it interesting. Don't respond, Subramaniam Swamy. I'll find it interesting. Subramaniam Swamy, who is from the BJP, who's every single leader, from Ravi Shankar Prasad to Rajnath Singh to Arun Jaitley, and everybody says that the matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court. We should wait for its decision. In fact, I would like to request the Honorable Subramaniam Swamy to look at what his party president Rajnath Singh said on the 7th of February when asked about this issue.
Right.
And go back, I would request him to go back to the NDA vision document of 2004. And I would like Dr. Subramaniam Swamy to accept one very fundamental issue, that this Sankalp Divas / Yatra is meant to pressure the parliament and the ruling government to push legislation paving the way for a construction of a Ram temple in Ayodhya. The question is, his party
Why?
says, his party says, allow me, his party says that, you know, the matter in sub judice. How do you back the VHP's push for this legislation? You're categorically pro-status quo as the Supreme Court has ordered for the time being. Can you distance yourself from the VHP's demands?
I'm sorry, you have not understood.
Will
the
you
Supreme
go by
Court
whatever
judgment.
the Supreme Court decides on the matter? If it will, then we don't need this public pressure. Wait for the Supreme Court order.
There
In
is
the
no
in the
option.
Supreme Court,
Supreme Court declares
in
the
the
law of
Supreme
the land,
Court,
everybody has to abide
there is
by it.
already.
The point is, Dr. Swamy.
Now you going again the same old broken record. He is speaking law of the land. You are the last one to talk about law of the land. The question is that what is the Supreme Court? What is the government's commitment in the Supreme Court? That the day it is established that there was a temple below the masjid, that day the government will hand over the land to the Hindus. These are paragraph 105, Farooqi versus the Union of India, constitutional bench. And so please read that.
1 minute.
Today the issue that is pending before is not on the question whether Ram Lala was the owner of that dome. It is whether a masjid should be built next to it or not. That is the only issue that is before the Supreme Court today.
Subramaniam Swamy, I can give you thousands of examples. No, 1 second. Subramaniam Swamy, you conveniently take away from one point that every time that there has been a situation where your political opponents have wanted to step in, for example, when Digvijay Singh wanted to step in, go into Indore after communal riots there in 2008, your party has said law and order, law and order, law and order. Today you don't care about law and order. And you say let the VHP do what it wants. We don't care about law and order. How do you have one rule in Madhya Pradesh and one rule outside Madhya Pradesh? The question is to Mr. Keswani.
We have not broken any law.
Mr. Keswani, in this fixed match...
When it was banned, we have kept it. We have agreed.
Sir, please. In this fixed match between the Samajwadi Party and the VHP, in which the BJP is an active participant, why are you keeping away? Why, Mr. Keswani? What makes you nervous from stepping in?
Well, we are not keeping away. We are not nervous about it. We know, and the whole country knows, what game is being played and how the sentiments of Hindus are continuously being addressed in one form or the other. This is a fixed match. The idea being that all those secular parties who want to protect and make sure that the minorities get their due share of attention from the government. They are being deprived of that opportunity by continuously harping on the Hinduism para. Mahatma Gandhi was perhaps the first one who started his discussions with Ram and ended his life with Ram. We are not opposed to Ram, but this is a secular society. We also want to give enough protection to the downtrodden, to the people who are of minorities, people who have different faiths.